Steel Claw then, okay, you did it, and then suddenly Tina Turner wants it.
Yeah, well, this was coming up. I had done Hard Station and them coming up to try and make a second album, and this was the early 80s, and it was a really bad recession then, and I mean, I think it was even worse than now, because we didn't have anything like the money we had at that stage when we went into the recession that we have now. And at the time, myself and a lot of my contemporaries like Christy Moore, Maya Brennan, we used to hang out in a bar in Dorset Street. The upstairs room was a great music club, and we played, there were gigs there every week, and that's where a lot of us earned our stripes in terms of performing. But it was tough times, and there was a lot of heroin in Dublin at the time. There was a lot of petty crime. There were a lot of cars being broken into all the time, and even downstairs in the pub that we were in, a lot of the clientele would have been partly known to the Gardaí, so to speak. I mean, nothing serious, but I mean, they were certainly, it was tough times in that part of the city. But we got to know a lot of the clientele, and they loved the musicians upstairs, and they would look after us, we'll mind your car, Paul, don't worry, and no,
you'll be all right, Paul.
You can park there, no problem, So I mean, I got to like a lot of those guys, and I felt a lot of sympathy for the life at the time in Dublin, and that's what the song Steel Claw is about. It's kind of looking at the system from the other side, and seeing
the Steel Claw is the system.
Yeah, is a system that just drags you down, and all the hypocrisy and the.
And how come Tina Turner picks this up from Dublin?
Well, I had made a demo of the song, and at the time, Tina Turner was looking to make a new album, and my manager happened to give the song to her manager, and I heard she was going to record the song. But and I was delighted, because when I was singing rhythm and blues in Dublin at college, I was singing Ike and Tina Turner songs. I was a huge fan of Tina Turner, so I was thrilled. But I didn't expect anything would happen economically with the record, because Tina was at the long end of a slide in popularity with her.
This was her big comeback effort, wasn't it?
The album that my song was on turned out to be her huge big comeback. It was an album called Private Dancer, and it sold lots and lots of millions of records. And
so Paul did get a little, perhaps.
Well, I paid my overdraft back, I can tell you.
That's what I was rooting for,
yeah.
Okay? Isn't it extraordinary that the underbelly of life in Dublin, in Dorset Street, should transfer to Tina Turner and her world and so on?
Yeah, she changed the words actually to Frisco and Vegas,
yes, but the local is the global.
Yeah, true.
That's it. Okay, do you want to do it for us?
I'll do
Steel Claw, folks. And Mr. Paul...
Television wonderland, just one more fairy tale about some rich bitch lying by the swimming pool. It's the golden school. Easy living when you make the rules. Last Friday was the first time, it only took about a half of a minute on the stairway. It was child's play. The odds turn uneven when you give up believing in the cold law. Steel Claw, try to get on board, you find the lockers on the door. Well, I say no way. Don't try to keep me out, I'll ever hell to pay. I don't care who's right or who's wrong. Doesn't really matter when you're crawling in the gutter. It's a seesaw, a long hard battle with the cold law. It's what you get for messing with the Steel Claw. The politicians have forgotten this place for a flying visit in a black Mercedes at election time. They cross the line and everybody runs to watch the pantomime. a fake to see what's going on around here. So then people hanging on the edge, crying out for revolution, retribution. The odds turn out even when you give up believing in the cold law. Steel claw, try to get on board, you find the lockers on the door. I say no way. Don't try to keep me out of the other bed. I don't care who's right or who's wrong. Doesn't really matter when you're crawling in the gutter. It's a seesaw. A long, hard battle with the cold law. It's what you get for messing with the steel claw. Sometimes I think I'm going crazy. Sometimes I do a line, make me laugh, make me want to take a joyride on the high tide. Sometimes I'm contemplating suicide. Meanwhile, Bobby's back in Bennington. I know it. Making out a song, sweet senorita, and they go dancing in the moonlight. The odds turn out even when you give up believing in the cold law. Steel claw, try to get on board, you find the lockers on the door. I say no way. Trying to keep me out of the play. I don't care who's right or who's wrong. Doesn't really matter when you're crawling in the gutter. It's a seesaw, a long, hard battle with the cold law. That's what you get for messing with the steel claw. A long, hard battle with the cold law. That's what you get for messing with the steel claw.
That sure is a driver. You drive that one along quite nicely, I would have to say, yes. Oh.